this is not really news or whatever, I guess, but Lil Wayne,
I did
you
see
know,
that.
okay, you saw that? Okay.
I saw the
He
tweet.
entered the GOAT chat, man. He thinks he's officially saying LeBron is the GOAT over Michael Jordan.
Mm.
So, with that being said, we can have that little discussion here. I would say this though: LeBron, he is an all-time leading scorer now in NBA history. That's a recent accolade that it'll be hard to top, especially if he keeps playing. He is one of the best all-around players I've ever seen. By the time his career is over, he'll be top 5 in almost every category. Like, I'll pump the brakes a little bit. The only thing about LeBron, man, it's just me. It's just the finals. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just the finals, man. That's the only blemish on his record. If he did not have that meltdown in Dallas, I feel like we'd be looking at LeBron's story way different right now. But the dominant run he had in the finals, like, there was a time throughout college, like in high school, LeBron was in the finals every year for me. Like about a whole dang near decade or so, man. LeBron was in the finals literally like every year.
He made like 10 straight.
Exactly, like literally a decade of
That's
being
a
in the
decade.
finals, man. Like, that's an accomplishment too. But the fact that just not being able to like get over that, man. And you gotta look at the competition too. Like those Warriors teams were tough. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He has a chance. I don't know.
I'll put it this way. Respect to Lil Wayne. Obviously, he's one of the goats. One of the goats of the rap game of hip hop, for sure. And he's played a little basketball. I ain't gonna count his opinion out completely, but I've been looking at this GOAT debate a little bit differently, and obviously, LeBron is one of the greatest of all time, hands down.
Of course.
He's the greatest scorer. He's statistically outscored everyone that's ever played.
Mm-hmm.
Got to take that into consideration. We just talked about his finals runs. These over the years, he's got I'm trying to say 4 championships. He's won a chip with every team I think that was a point that Wayne brought up, was that he's won a chip with every team he's went to, which is, that's hard to do, which just to win with one team. But he's done it with multiple teams, which is crazy.
That was basically Wayne's point too.
Yeah, and I get that, but this is how I look at the whole GOAT debate now. Like, you got to break it down into multiple categories and multiple things, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I look at LeBron, his impact on the game overall, LeBron is probably, arguably, I'll put it this way, the greatest all-around player that the game has ever seen. All around, like, he can score, he can pass, he can defend, etc. If you look at MJ, overall, unstoppable. He went to the chip 6 times. He won 6 times, never lost, and obviously for his career, he's averaged 30, which is insane. Regardless if you want to talk about his breaks or not, he played over 10 plus seasons and averaged 30 points over 10 years. That's hard to argue, and I feel like he's the greatest player of all time. But then when you look at a guy like Kobe's skill set is, I see these videos every day now, and of like Kobe highlights and stuff, and I'm like looking at the stuff that he was doing off the dribble, left hand, right hand, post ups, crossover, athletic ability in his early years, and skill transfer. Like, he's the most skilled player there is. Like, I don't think that and obviously he took a lot of stuff from MJ, but his skill level, his it doesn't matter. He has like counter moves for his counter moves, and you couldn't really stop him. He's the most skilled player ever. So that's how I look at it. And it's really those three guys to me. You can take that how you want of like GOAT or greatest of all time, but that's how I look at it now. And I just got to respect all of them. It's kind of hard to put them among others. Oh yeah, Jay said Jordan played all season long. I think LeBron is greatest for this era. And yeah, that's also true. They've all played in different eras.
Right.
Obviously, Michael in the 90s and late 80s.
Yeah.
And Kobe, early 2000s, 90s, late 90s to early 2010s.
It's kind of cool. They all kind of blended together, like Kobe and Michael. Then you got Kobe and LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they kind of all blended. But the game of basketball has changed so much.
Yes.
That's the other factor too. Like I believe LeBron could dominate in MJ's era. And MJ would definitely for sure dominate in this era. It's tough, man. And the only reason I say that because of LeBron's size and his skill set, man. Like, I don't know.
It's hard to deny him in any facet, but
I think it depends on where he is when his career is really officially over. Because by that time, we may just have to give it to him by default based on where he is with all the records and stuff.
I mean, he's already had 20 seasons, gonna be 21.
Yep.
Yeah, it's insane.
Hey, for me, just to be clear, for me personally, I still put Jordan over LeBron. But LeBron is still, like, for sure top two for me. Like, I put him right there second. I know some people also I know you mentioned Kobe, but a lot of people mentioned Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Because of the rings, and he was also just a really good player. One of the best. Some people would put Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that's the top five when you look at just, and this is the thing. It's so hard with the time periods, the eras, and how the game was played compared to each player's time. Mm-hmm. Bill Russell obviously playing in
early
times in the 60s, and rules were different. The game was played different ways. Kareem I don't feel like we really got to, like, our generation, you and I, we didn't see Kareem play. We saw highlights of the skyhook, but that man made a living literally off of one move, and nobody could stop it.
Nope.
And we got to see a little bit more of Kobe, LeBron, and tail end of Mike. We were just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
saw Wizard Mike, man.
We don't talk about Wizard Mike. But hey, I'll take Wizard Mike. I'm just saying. But
I took him in video games, but
it's hard, bro.
Yeah. All right. So yeah.
Jay said he got something to say.
Say what?
I said Jay said he had something to say. He was agreeing that Jordan, Kobe, LeBron is fair. But yeah, it's a lot of criteria, a lot of different.
It's so subjective.
Yeah. But hey.
But at the same time, too, Jordan was literally the best team and finished it out. The Warriors had a chance, but they didn't finish it with a championship that year. That's the only thing.
Oh,
technically, yeah, 7-3. Not talking about record, right? 7-3-9 the Warriors were, but they got the record, but they ain't finished it out. Jordan's still technically in that Bulls team. To me, since the Warriors didn't win at all, that doesn't count to me. It's still that Bulls team, and they finished it out with a championship. So technically, still the best team in history, and the best player on that team was Jordan. So, I mean,
that's fair.
That's another part of it too. So,
also, and this be like my last thing, but
and LeBron has never three-peated. That's an accomplishment in itself too. I do give Lil Wayne was right about doing it with 3 different teams.
That's hard.
That's real hard.
4 different teams now. Miami. No, wait.
The same Miami, team. 2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland.
No. I'm thinking about 4 championships, but 3 different teams. My bad. 3
different teams. And 4 championships. It's 2 in Miami.
Ignore
1 in Cleveland. And 1 in LA.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking.
I consider how the game has changed within that time too. So, the one guy in Cleveland is one of the best ones I've ever witnessed. Honestly, that run was amazing. And LA, I wonder the fact that it was in the bubble. People are still discounted a little bit. I don't know, but in these finals, we're getting like the rematch of the stuff. So, I mean, it's not the same team, but the same stars are there, and they got swept.
Yeah, but hey, you gotta think about, and this is something I think about, like with the Warriors specifically, Steph Curry, man. Yep. Obviously, every time we got to think about this too. Every time he shoots a 3 for the next, however many seasons he plays, he's setting a record. Literally, he's setting a record. Like at the end of the day, Steph could be up there as like one of the. I'm not gonna put him like over like MJ, Kobe, and LeBron, but he could be.
How his career shapes out. That's it,
bro. He has multiple championships. He's the greatest shooter of all time, and he can make a dent in scoring category as well, which is crazy to think about. Like you got to think about that too, because he'll probably play a little bit longer after LeBron. Maybe
his skill set allows him to. Like, he can play potentially longer if he wants to.
Yeah. So he could be up there one day, like in the top 5.
You very well could. When all said and done, we're not going to remember how they did it. We're just going to look at, okay, how many rings they got, or where are they in the record books. That's what we're going to look at in the end. So,
oh, that's a good point. To 3-peat twice is hard.
Right.
He did it twice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Kobe and Shaq credit for them at least doing it.
They got their one.
Once.
They got their 3-peat for sure.
But no one has ever done it since. The Miami Heat were close. Sorry to mention that.
No, you're good. You're good. No.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. We haven't seen. We haven't seen another 3-peat, and that kind of tells you how dominant your team is. The Warriors were close.
They
were real close, but they got injuries getting away for the Warriors.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If they 3-peated, imagine where we put Steph at, or KD. Like,
that would change the trajectory of KD's legacy for sure. I feel like KD is a solid player, but at the end of the day, people are not gonna. I feel like they're not giving him the credit that he deserves,
unless he wins one with the Suns now.
Honestly, bro, I thought about this earlier today too. KD's path is so similar to LeBron, and I feel like people are, because he didn't win as much as LeBron, or he hasn't. I'll put it that way. He hasn't won as much as LeBron. People are gonna give him so much flack for it, because you look at LeBron going from Cleveland to Miami, winning 2. KD going from OKC to the Warriors, winning 2.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron goes back to his own squad, wins. Goes to LA, wins. KD left for Golden State, and it's just not been the best. best thing for him in the past few seasons.
Hey, do you think he should have stayed?
It's hard to say, because if you think about him staying, would that like diminish Steph's greatness? I don't necessarily think so, but I feel like the narrative changes because you have KD and you have you and Clay, and I feel like that changes things. But I think I don't know why not. Like as I look back at it, I'm like, but hey, people are free to do what they feel like is best for them, and I think he made the decision that was right for him.